Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through the fears. Live an awesome life. Gonna have my coffee. You know, if you look at some of my older videos, they're like sort of stiff. Hello, welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. And now you and I have become such good friends that I can just say anything. What are you going to do, right? Talk back? If you do, I can just go delete on my comment on my comment board. Just kidding. Well, I do that sometimes if it's not contributing. Don't be afraid to, not agree with me. We're not here to debate anything. This is an open forum. If you're coming from a positive spirit, even if it's, even if you're not going, oh, yes, thank you, and whatever, I want to post it. I like for people to see other opinions, so don't be afraid to do that. Now, if you're being just a jackass and saying some nasty stuff for no good reason, I don't want to expose my viewers to that. But I really don't get that. I used to once in a great while get that, but I'm absolutely shocked at how beautiful the world is when you expose yourself to it. We hide a lot. We hide a lot because we're afraid of the nastiness that comes back, and then you realize there isn't really any. It's very little, because we've been told the world's a horrible place. We've been brainwashed. We watch that news and we're like, oh yeah, oh no, I can't go. And it's just not true. People are inherently good. Of course we are. We come from the one source. I don't want to talk about quantum physics today. That's my favorite subject. I want to share something with you that I think could be extremely helpful for you in manifesting and really paying attention to your thoughts and feelings, which are manifesting. You're always manifesting. It's not something you go, oh, here's my day, I'm going to go to work and I'm going to manifest for an hour. No, you're always manifesting. That's why it's so important for you to get in the right frame of mind, get into the positive feelings, catch yourself when you do something, on a lower frequency, change that. It's all just a choice. It's not good nor bad. So wouldn't you want to pick the high frequency? I know you do, because you want the nice things, you want the happiness, you want the joy, you want to contribute to this world. So you have to catch yourself, because if you're not thinking good about you, you're not going to be good to anybody. You're really not. It's not going to come from the place it should. You've got a lot of work to do if you're not feeling good about yourself. So you've got to switch that thinking. Boom. All right. I'm never going to get this done. Oops. Yes, of course I'm going to get it. In fact, I'm going to get it done sooner than later. Okay, do I have it? I'm looking for my passport. It's sitting over there. You don't need to see it. All right, my passport was going to take 4 to 6 weeks. And I was not sure if it'd get here before I was supposed to go on a trip. And I said, I'm going to have it show up in a week. And the next day I went to my mailbox and it was there. You can shift realities. By the way, I didn't go, oh, I hope, I wasn't worrying about it. I went, I know it's going to show up. It's going to show up in lightning speed. And whatever. Yeah, 7 days. Why? I shifted in that reality. And that passport in the reality I shift into had already been mailed and sent to me. So somebody says, oh, it's coincidence and whatever. No, it's a reality that existed where it showed up earlier and I switched over to it without question. See, we question whether things are going to happen or not. I want to do an exercise with you. I want to share a little secret with you that might be helpful. All right? When scientists do experiments and their thoughts mess with the results of the experiment, they realized that the molecules, whatever they are, that are everywhere, everything that's involved in that experiment and then some, is reacting to them. Reacting to them. Now, you might think, oh, here's a thought and it's coming over here and it's reacting. No. You are that. You are that. So when you're everything and you are controlling your destiny, you're manifesting and everything, you're thinking that that's reacting to you, when in fact, that is you. It is, when they say it's a mirror of you, it's a direct reflection of what's going on here. So if you're thinking it doesn't travel over here. There's no traveling. If you're one thing, there's no traveling, right? There's no traveling here. Yeah, maybe the thought travels down to here, but when it comes to quantum physics, everything's one thing. You are that. I told you guys this. I got some weird things came in during a meditation. I don't know why they picked this one. You are the dinner. You are the paradise. You are the job. You're everything. You're everything. You are it. It's not something you have to go after. You are it. So we're separating it. When you separate yourself, you think, I need to get this. You are it. You are that very thing that you want. And this is where we get hung up. We think there's something between us and that. There's nothing between you and that. You are everything. I am this coffee. So you've seen the experiments. I don't want to say his name. Hirimoto, is that his name? I don't know. I'm not going to mess up his name. Did the experiments with the water. If you watch What the Bleep, famous experiment about the thoughts and feelings into the water changed the molecular structure. Because those thoughts and feelings are directly connected with the water. And I know quantum physics still makes you think that somehow things are being transferred over. Absolutely not. Everything's one thing. I don't know where that's, come on, hello? When are they going to get it? We're one thing. We're one thing. There's no traveling. Why? And it's like, wow, we've got a particle here and then it's reacting completely at the same time to this other one over here because everything's one thing. Two particles split will react. You can put them anywhere. Will react exactly the same way, exactly the same time. There's no transference of information. That's how manifesting works. I want you to think of everything that you don't see and everything you envision as an intelligent, cute little molecules with eyeballs. It actually is aware of you because you are it. It's part of you. So you, that's all of this, is just giving you what you're feeling and thinking. That's how it works. So it's like not judging. It's not thinking. It's intelligent as in a responsive manner. It's not thinking. It's just going, okay, worry, and the little eyeballs, oh, worry, and that's it. That's what you're getting. That's what the message you're sending. Oh, I need money, and it's going, oh, I need money. At the same time. Yeah, it's not, oh, I'll give you money. It's like, oh, I need money, because that's you. That is you. Not something outside of you going, oh, well then, honey, I'll send you a check. We'll make sure something happens to get that to you. No, because you are dictating exactly what's happening in your life. I want you to imagine every molecule, every particle, everything that you do not envision is intelligent soup that's all blinking, looking at you and blinking. And whatever you're thinking, it's mimicking. It's mimicking. Broke. Expansive and happy. That's all it's doing. That's it. It doesn't get any more complex than that. What are you going to do? Oops. So instead of these, what's a technique to manifest? When you're sitting there thinking about that, you're doing it. That's why I did have you guys seen my meditation with the candles? That was a big one. People loved that because I did something in the middle of it that surprised them. So you can look up my meditations. I use the candles, a meditation technique. You are absolutely in control at all times. You have free will. And people are like, I didn't have free will over this and that. Well, you cannot control what other people do. You always are in charge of how you react to every situation, and that's the free will. So somebody else's free will might impose on something you don't desire. That's not coincidence either. It's not. The universe is absolutely reflecting back to you what you need, whether you're consciously thinking of it or not. You need certain things because if you want, let's say you want to achieve a certain thing, the universe absolutely intelligently is creating the situation for that to happen. Sometimes it means a divorce, a job loss, moving, because you created that other reality, you switched over to that other reality, and the whole universe is not reacting to it, is you doing it. So it actually goes into, moving around and doing the things because you've created that, you've connected to it. So it's intelligently making those things happen. The lesson that needs to be learned, because you know you have this thing over here. We don't know what's going to be happening along the way to get that thing that you know you have. So if you're really at ease with it or whatever, don't be surprised at what shows up along the way. And don't go, wait a minute, my husband left me. That wasn't supposed to happen. I was manifesting. I was so sure I was manifesting things. Guess what? Maybe manifesting that thing means that you had to part with certain people in your life, and then you get to free up and go to that. The gateway is open. It happens a lot. Yeah. So I had an entire shift years ago, totally with everything. Everything. House, relationship, my career, you name it. And at the time, it's like, could there be anything else? And sure enough, there was. Then my family all died. And you're thinking, these are openings. There's a reason this is happening. This is the entire life I knew had absolutely dissolved for a good reason, to open up for this life. I could not have accomplished what I'm doing now had I stayed in those circumstances. So I want you to remember that all these little eyeballs are blinking and are totally a reflection of what you're feeling and thinking. So if you're in a negative situation right now, that's what you're feeling and thinking. It's not like something you go, I'm here and I want that. No, this is that. This is that. If you're in a negative situation, it's you doing it. You are absolutely, all these little eyeballs are reflecting you. They're an extension. Think of it as part of your body. It's this intelligent little, cute little eyeballs. Just imagine they're all surrounding you everywhere. The trees, everything. The coffee, sending love and abundance and prosperity. Do you do that? Bless your food. People bless their food not just because they're grateful. They're actually sending positive messages, and those molecules are reacting to it. So that's my little technique for you to start to wrap your head around what's going on. So when I think about because you're thinking, well, wait a second, you want your passport like the next day. You're still thinking in linear terms. I'm shifting realities. Remember the pen? Some of you said, what's the pen? I had a pen, my favorite pen. I love my pen. I'm a pen person. I'm a writer. I have like 4 pens. They're all different colors. They're lined up. Sounds a little anal, but they're lined up next to my laptop. I have 2 laptops, and I have this little narrow space. I line the pens up. Pen goes missing months ago. Like, did I put it in my... No, I would never put it in my purse. I never take that one out of the house. So I knew it had to be in the house. I cleaned that desk. I can't tell you how many times I cleaned that desk. Right down to every spot on that desk. Every paper, Where is it? I don't know. It must have fallen off, so I looked everywhere. And I shifted a reality one day, because I'm in that now. I'm in that I am everything mode. And I thought, for some reason I thought, where's that pen? It'd be really nice to have that pen. A couple hours later, came back to my desk, and it was sitting in alignment. Now, the computers are like this. No pen rolled down someplace. It wouldn't have gotten in. It was aligned like this. Explain that one to me. That one still blows my mind because there's no explanation other than I shifted realities. There's no other explanation for me. The pen didn't roll there. I am not losing my mind. Sometimes it seems like it, but it's a reality shift. So remember that. Don't question whether something can happen for you because you're thinking in linear human terms of this has to happen and how can that happen? Because it will, because if you shift realities, that thing, all these other circumstances have already happened and you're stepping into it. So in that reality that I shifted into, that pen probably never went missing in the first place. And these reality shifts can be so subtle that it's just that, and now I'm in a new reality, so I won't know how many things are happening in this reality that wouldn't have happened in the other one I was in when I shifted over. I don't need to know. It's irrelevant. I'm shifting into what I desire, and it's all happening. And if you guys are sitting there questioning all of these things that I manifest constantly, you know what? I wonder if I'm manifesting it just to sort of prove to you that it can be done. Because every time I talk to you about something, I go do it. It happens for me. It's crazy. No, it's quantum physics. It's who we are. We just don't know it. We don't know that we are the man behind the curtain. Making things happen. That's not God doing it and deciding what you do and don't get. That's that separation. These things you shall do and more. Ye are all gods. In other words, you have this power. That's all that means. Ooh, I can't say I'm God. Oh, I can't say I have that power because the church told me I'm going to go to hell. Why? Do you think the one source is judging? And it's not even thinking. We think. We're the only jackasses who put names on this stuff, who restrict ourselves and others. It's so tough to break those barriers down, to realize you have that power. You are the power. We're just on a dense planet, so we have a lot of stuff going on here that is challenging us, breaking through the density. It takes our frequency down by just being in this body alone. It doesn't mean we can't go do things like you do when you dream. You absolutely are going off and getting away from the density of the body and experiencing things and getting lessons and messages. That's why I said start paying attention. Don't be afraid. The scariest dream or vision you have could be the most powerful positive one. I told you about my dream with snakes. Huge ones. I'm talking this much around. Huge, huge, huge. I had no fear. So I could have gone into that dream and went, ah! Why am I having these horrible dreams? And I was like, wow, what a cool dream. I'm in murky water with the thing that I'm most fearful of, with no fear. I've made friends with fear. It's still there, but I'm no longer reacting to it on any level. In fact, I feel like I just feel comfortable with it. It's almost like, wow, it's so cool to be in this murky water with this very thing that really doesn't want to harm me. It's whatever I'm projecting that it is or does. So if you believe it and so you go into a dream and you're fearful, you're creating the fear or the negativity around that thing. That's why I said the shadow people, they're not doing it. You're here. Has it ever killed anybody? Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. We have free will. It can't do that. So if you allow it to continue to scare you, you're not making friends with it. It's like, okay, you guys, enough. It's not funny. Holding me down in bed is not funny. I had an experience recently, yanked down to the end of the bed. I said, really? Come on. This is getting a little tiring. And they laughed. It's like, oh, we're not getting the reaction we wanted. They're just an expression of the one having fun with, they're not in the light yet. They're just a little bit trapped here. They don't know what to do. And if you're an opening, especially if you're a fearful opening, it's going to be a negative experience. If you're an opening and you're positive, it will have no effect. See, we can go into the same situations. And I'll go, wow, what an awesome vision. Woo! And you'll go, oh. Right? It's possible. You are everything. You're controlling it. You're actually communicating with the things that you are on the other side. You are the power on the other side that's actually helping you. You're making that decision. It cannot, why asking it is given? Because you are having to release and give free will, because if you're thinking you're separate and you want something to come and help you, it can't. Because you have free will and it is you. So you on the other side, unencumbered by all this, you, one thing, not a separate entity over there, you, the one thing over there, actually has the power to help yourself here. But still has to have free will, because as human beings on this planet, that's a rule. That's a law. Why? Because if we didn't have that, everything would go to hell in a handbasket. It'd be like, why bother? If I don't have free will, it's a wild, wild west. But because you have free will, there's control over what's happening. You have control. 100%, by the way. 100%. And if all these other things happen to you, that's part of what you have controlled, decided on, challenge yourself with. Start celebrating all of it. Woohoo! Wow. I got some real mean people for parents, or I got this really nasty boss. What? Okay, wait a minute. I got to do a mind shift here. This is the opportunity. This is the breakthrough. I created it. Why? For myself, to become something greater, to be able to not fight that and bless it, to be friends with the snake. I don't have to hang out with it, but I'm like, okay, I'm not afraid of you anymore. You just are what you are, and it's power with me, my free will to not allow it to interfere with me, boom, then it can't. I'm the only one inviting that. So if you're saying, why is this happening to me? You're inviting it so that you can get a lesson, break through, and become something greater that you already are, and you're on the other side. I told you I'm giving visions now. I'm actually experiencing being on the other side, making decisions about this. It's freaky. Because the veils are coming down, people, you're probably experiencing some really weird stuff. And you're going, what is that? Because you're everything. So all the little eyeballs are totally a reflection of what you're thinking. You're not going, I want you to do this. Okay. I want a new car. All right, we'll go get it. No, it's like, I have the car. And it's going, I have the car. If you're going, I don't deserve a car, I don't have money to get a car, they're going, I don't deserve the car, I don't have money to get a car. and they're all looking at each other at the same time. And there's no car in that. There's no car in that. There's no house in that. There's no relationship. There's no joy in that. There's just limitations. If you're going, I have everything I need. Yes. Abundance flows to me. Remember, it's talking at the same time you are, because it is you. I'm at peace because no matter what I see around me, I know that all abundance and joy and good things are flowing to me, and others who will benefit from me being a joyful, abundant person. And it's saying all this with you and looking around and spotting that thing and shifting over to that reality that creates that. Is this making sense? If you imagine it all seeing and talking and doing everything, not after you, it is you talking, then you realize, oh my gosh, there's no technique for me to talk to this. Okay, it's me talking to me, knowing if I have something or if I don't. There's no separation. I hope this is sinking in. It's really not what we've been told. We've been told everything's separate. Even in the quantum physics experiments, when people read those, it appears that I'm affecting this as if there's a separate message being sent, and there's not. They are absolutely the energy that is reacting. They are the energy. So the fact that they're doing that experiment is them controlling it. Yes, there are laws of, physics and all these things. But all those can be broken too, by the way. Remember when the speed of light was, nothing's faster than the speed of light. That's ridiculous. There's no limits on the universe. Guess what? Galaxies are moving away from us faster than the speed of light. Away. Why? We're expanding. You're expanding. What are you going to do with it? Anything you want. Anything you want. But you remember, you picked this life on purpose. So live this life. You don't want to live somebody else's and change your mind. You want to be this and that. What did you choose to do here? Because you did do it. Again, you controlled that. What in this life do you need to learn from and be great at and overcome and forgive and bless that nasty person and tell mom and dad, thank you. Thank you for all you did. I know that you did your best, because they came from that crap, and they came from that crap, and they came from that crap. It's been handed down. Remember, they're just not independently like this. People that are nasty are coming from a different place. They don't even like themselves. You got to really not like yourself to be nasty to other people. You got to be feeling really bad about yourself and the world. So bless them. We want that frequency to rise, right? So bless them. Send that positive energy, because all of these things are going, bless you, and that energy, they're going to feel it. By the way, it's not traveling again. They will feel it immediately. Oh, by the way, so the other day when I was going, I have ADD, what's going on, blah, 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 I didn't know it was a full moon. I didn't know it was the blood moon. I had no clue when I shot that video. And then I realized, oh my gosh, of course it's affecting me. And I had a few other people say, whoa, energy, it's affecting us. But I still have free will in what I do that day or whatever. You always do. So why is that affecting us? Because we are connected to everything. So my body's, being pulled because of the closeness of the moon to Earth, affecting the tides were super high. Of course, our bodies were being affected. I didn't even know that. So proof that it was not a psychological thing. Everything is connected. Isn't that beautiful? So go out in nature and sit there and realize, it is, you, and it's looking at you and smiling, and it's happy. It's happy unless you project something different. And sit with it and go, oh, I am all of this, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Have you ever sat with plants? I've been hit by energy waves from plants that blow my mind. I realize that I'm so connected to nature. It's like, boom. And it's so powerful and strong. It's just really, you're connecting with everything. Start realizing that you are what's talking. That's why it's a mirror. That reflection is everything you're doing. You're not talking and then it talks or it makes a decision. It is you. All of these molecules out here are you creating things because you're creating it. Go create positive, good things. Let go of the garbage. It's made up. You have free will to choose your feelings and your thoughts, and you can shift in whatever reality you want. Start doing it and drop the crap everybody's told you that tells you you have any limits. You don't. If you believe it, then it's believing it. Be careful with those thoughts. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving. That is your nature. Harmonious, that is your nature. Happy, that is your nature. Namaste.